Surly Tim, a Lancashire story by Francis Hodgson Burnett. Sorry to hear my fellow workmen speak so disparagin' o' me. Well, mester, that's as it may be yo no. Happen my fellow workmen made a bit a mistake. Happen what seems like crustiness to them bean't so much crustiness as some at else. Happen I mought do my bit o' complainin' too. Yo, not trust all yo here, mester, that's all I can say. I looked at the man's bent face quite curiously, and, judging from its rather heavy but still not unprepossessing outline, I could not really call it a bad face, or even a sulky one. And yet both managers and hands had given me a bad account of Tim Hibblethwaite. Surly Tim, they called him, and each had something to say about his sullen disposition to silence, and his short answers. Not that he was accused of anything like misdemeanor, but he was glumloik, the factory people said, and a surly fellow well deserving his name, as the master of his room had told me. I had come to Lancashire to take the control of my father's spinning factory a short time before, being anxious to do my best toward the hands, and I often talked to one and another in a friendly way, so that I could the better understand their grievances and remedy them with justice to all parties concerned. So in conversing with men, women, and children, I gradually found out that Tim Hibblethwaite was in bad odor, and that he held himself doggedly aloof from all. And this was how, in the course of time, I came to speak to him about the matter, and the opening words of my story are the words of his answer. But they did not satisfy me by any means. I wanted to do the man justice myself, and see that justice was done to him by others. And then again when, after my curious look at him, he lifted his head from his work and drew the back of his hand across his warm face, I noticed that he gave his eyes a brush, and, glancing at him once more, I recognized the presence of a moisture in them. In my anxiety to conceal that I had noticed anything unusual, I am afraid I spoke to him quite hurriedly. I was a young man then, and by no means as self-possessed as I ought to have been. "I hope you won't misunderstand me, Hibblethwaite," I said. "I don't mean to complain. Indeed, I have nothing to complain of, for Foxley tells me you are the steadiest and most orderly hand he has under him. But the fact is, I should like to make friends with you all, and see that no one is treated badly. And somehow or other I found out that you were not disposed to feel friendly towards the rest, and I was sorry for it. But I suppose you have some reason of your own." The man bent down over his work again, silent for a minute to my discomfiture, but at last he spoke almost huskily. "Thank yo, mester," he said. "You're a kindly chapper yo wouldn't ha noticed. And yo are not fur wrong either. I ha reasons o' my own, though I'm look to keep 'em to mysen most toimes. Th fellows as throws their slurs on me would not understand 'em if I were like to gab, which I never were. But happen toime'll come when Surly Tim'll tell his own tale, though I often think it's like it wunnot come till day o judgment." "I hope it will come before then," I said, cheerfully. "I hope the time is not far away when we shall all understand you, Hibblethwaite. I think it has been misunderstanding so far which has separated you from the rest, and it cannot last always, you know." But he shook his head, not after a surly fashion, but, as I thought, a trifle sadly or heavily, so I did not ask any more questions or try to force the subject upon him. But I noticed him pretty closely as time went on, and the more I saw of him, the more fully I was convinced that he was not so surly as people imagined. He never interfered with the most active of his enemies, nor made any reply when they taunted him, and more than once I saw him perform a silent, half-secret act of kindness. Once I caught him throwing half his dinner to a wretched little lad who had just come to the factory, and worked near him. And once again, as I was leaving the building on a rainy night, I came upon him on the stone steps at the door bending down with an almost pathetic clumsiness to pin the woolen shawl of a poor little mite, who, like so many others, worked with her shiftless father and mother to add to their weekly earnings. It was always the poorest and least cared for of the children whom he seemed to befriend, and very often I noticed that even when he was kindest, in his awkward man fashion, the little waifs were afraid of him, and showed their fear plainly. The factory was situated on the outskirts of a thriving country town near Manchester, and at the end of the lane that led from it to the more thickly populated part, there was a path crossing a field to the pretty church and churchyard, and this path was a short cut homeward for me. Being so pretty and quiet, the place had a sort of attraction for me, and I was in the habit of frequently passing through it on my way, partly because it was pretty and quiet, perhaps, and partly, I have no doubt, because I was inclined to be weak and melancholy at the time, my health being broken down under hard study. It so happened that in passing here one night, and glancing in among the graves and marble monuments as usual, I caught sight of a dark figure sitting upon a little mound under a tree, and resting its head upon its hands. And in this sad-looking figure, I recognized the muscular outline of my friend Surly Tim. He did not see me at first, and I was almost inclined to think it best to leave him alone. But as I half turned away, he stirred with something like a faint moan, and then lifted his head and saw me standing in the bright, clear moonlight. "Who's theer?" he said, "Dost ta want oat?" "It is only Doncaster, Hibblethwaite," I returned as I sprang over the low stone wall to join him. "What is the matter, old fellow? I thought I heard you groan just now." "Yo mot ha done, mester," he answered heavily. "Happen tha did, I do not know myson. Nowt's th matter though, as I knows on, ony I'm a bit out o' sorts." He turned his head aside slightly and began to pull at the blades of grass on the mound. And all at once I saw that his hand was trembling nervously. It was almost 3 minutes before he spoke again. "That unbelongs to me," he said suddenly at last, pointing to a longer mound at his feet. "And this little signifying with an indescribable gesture the small one upon which he sat. Poor fellow," I said, "I see now. A little lad o' mine," he said slowly and tremulously. "A little lad o' mine and his mother." "What?" I exclaimed. "I never knew that you were a married man, Tim." He dropped his head upon his hand again, still pulling nervously at the grass with the other. "Th law says I bean't, mester," he answered in a painful, strained fashion. "I canna tell myson what God A'mighty 'ud say about it." "I don't understand," I faltered. "You don't mean to say the poor girl never was your wife, Hibblethwaite?" "That's what Th law says," slowly. "I thought different myson, and so did Th poor lass. That's what's the matter, mester, that's Th trouble." The other nervous hand went up to his bent face for a minute and hid it, but I did not speak. There was so much of strange grief in his simple movement that I felt words would be out of place. It was not my dogged, inexplicable hand who was sitting before me in the bright moonlight on the baby's grave. It was a man with a hidden history of some tragic sorrow long kept secret in his homely breast, perhaps a history very few of us could read aright. I would not question him, though I fancied he meant to explain himself. I knew that if he was willing to tell me the truth, it was best that he should choose his own time for it, and so I let him alone. And before I had waited very long, he broke the silence himself, as I had thought he would. "It were welly about 6 year ago I come here," he said, "more or less welly about 6 year. I were a quiet chap then, mester, and had no many friends, but I had more than I ha now. Happen I were better natured, but just as like I were loig ter-hearted, but that's nowt to do why it. I had not been here more than a week when there comes a young woman to moind a loom ith next room to me, and this young woman bane, pretty and modest, takes my fancy. She were no like rest o' the wenches, loud talkin' and slattern I her ways, she were just quiet loik and nowt else. First time I seed her I says to myson, there's a lass at seed trouble. And somehow every time I seed her afterward I says to myson, there's a lass at seed trouble. It were I her eye, she had a soft like brown eye, mester, and it were I her voice. Her voice were soft like, too. I sometimes thought it were plain to be seed even I her dress. If she'd been born a lady she'd ha been one o th foine sort, and as she'd been born a factory lass she were one o th foine sort still. So I took to watchin' her and tryin' to mak friends wy her, but I never had much luck why her till one neat I was goin' home through th snow, and I seed her for tight th drift why nowt but a thin shawl over her head. So I goes up behind her and I says to her, steady and respectful, so as she wouldn't be feart, I says, "Lass, let me see thee home. It's bad weather fur thee to be out in by Thyson. Tack my coat and wrop thee up in it, and tack, hold o' my arm and let me help thee along." She looks up right straight for it I my face wy her brown eyes, and I tell yo, mester, I were glad I were a honest man, stead o' a rascal, fur them quiet eyes ud ha, fun me out afore I'd ha done sayin', my say if I'd meant harm. "Thank yo, kindly Mester Hibblethwaite," she says, "but dunnot tack off thaw coat fur me, I'm doin' pretty nicely. It is Mester Hibblethwaite, bean't it?" "Aye, lass," I answers, "it's him. Maud I ax your name?" "Aye, to be sure," said she. "My name's Rosanna, Sanna Brent folk at Mill alias Cosme. I work at loom I next room to thine. I've seed thee often and often." So we walks home to her lodgins, and on the way we talks together friendly and quiet loik, and more we talks more I sees she's had trouble and by, bane, ony common workin' folk, we're straight for'ard to each other in our plain way. It comes out what her trouble has been. "Yo raps wouldn't think I've been a married woman, mester," she says, "but I ha, and I wedded and rude. I married a sojer when I were a giddy young wench 4 years ago, and it were worst thing as ever I did I all my days. He were one yower handsome, fastish chaps, and he tired me as men his stripe alias do tire a poor lasses, and then he ill-treated me. He went to Crimea after when been wed a year, and left me to shift for Meissen, and I heard 6 month after he were dead. He'd never writ back to me nor sent me no help, but I couldna think he were dead till letter com. He were killed first month he were out fightin' Rooshians. Poor fellow, poor Phil, Lord ha mercy on him. That were how I found out about her trouble, and somehow it seemed to draw me to her, and mak me feel kindly tards her. 'Twere so pitiful to hear her talk about rascal, so sorrowful and gentle, and not gie him a real hard word for a he'd done. But that's alias way why women folk more yo harries them, more they'll pity yo and pray for yo. Why she were'na more than 22 then, and she must ha been nout but a slip lass when they were wed. Howsever, Rosanna Brent and me got to be good friends, and we walked home together nights, and talked about our bits wage, and our bits debt, and way that wench keep me up spirits when I were a bit downhearted about were just a wonder. She were so quiet and steady, and when she said she meant it, and she never said too much or too little. Her brown eyes alias minded me my mother, though old woman deed when I were not but a little chap. But I never seed, Santa Brent smile out thinkin', oh, how my mother looked when I were kneelin' down sayin' my prayers after her. And Bane, as lass were so dear to me, I made up my mind to ax her to be summat dearer. So once goin' home along her, I takes hold o' her hand and lifts it up and kisses it as gentle and summat same feelin' as I'd kiss good book. Santa, I says, Bane as yo have had so much trouble yo'r first chance would yo be afeard to try a second. Could yo trust a moan again? Such a moan as me, Santa. I wouldna be feart to trust thee, Tim, she answers back soft and gentle after a manner. I wouldna be feart to trust thee any time. I kisses her hand again, gentler still. God bless thee, lass, I says, does that mean yes? She crept up closer to me her sweet, quiet way. Aye, lad, she answers, it means yes, and I'll bide by it. And thou shalt never rue it, lass, said I thou's gi'en thy life to me, and I'll gie mine to thee sure and true. So we were axed church next Sunday, and a month fro then we were wed, and if ever God's sun shone on a happy moan, it shone on one that day, when we come out church together, me and Rosanna, and went to our bit a home to begin life again. I couchna tell thee, mester, there bean't no words to tell how happy and peaceful we lived for 2 year after that. My lass never altered her sweet ways, and I just loved her to make up to her for what had gone by. I thank God Almighty for his blessing every day, and every day I prayed to be made worthy of it. And here's just where I'd like to ax a question, mester, about some at's worrited me a good deal. I do not want to question maker, but I would like to know how it is, at some time it seems, we're clean forgot. As if he couldna fash hissin' about our troubles, and most like left 'em to work out their sens. Yo see, mester, and we all see sometime he thinks on us and gies us a lift, but hasna thought thyson seen times when thaw stopped short and axed thyson. Where's God Almighty, at he isna straighten things out a bit? World's I a power a snarl. Righteous is forsaken, and his seeds beggin' bread. And devil's topmost agin. I've talked to my lass about it sometimes, and I do not think I meant harm, mester, for I felt humble enough. And when I talked, my lass she'd listen and smile soft and sorrowful, but she never gie me but one answer. Tim, she'd say, this is Ani Skoo, and we're scholars, and he's teachin' us his way. We mun not be like children o Israel wilderness, and turn away fro cross cause o sarpent. We mun not say, there's a snake. We mun say, there's cross and Lord gie it to us. Teacher wouldna be much use, Tim, if scholars knew as much as he did, and I'd lose think it's best to comfort my son why sayin', Lord Almighty he knows. And she alias comforted me too when I were worrited. Life looks smooth somehow them 3 year. Happen Lord sent him to me to make up for what were common. At eend o first year child were born, little lad here, touching the turf with his hand. Wee Waddy his mother caught him, and he were a fine, lightsome little chap. He filled whole house music day in and day out, crowin' and cryin' too sometime. But if ever you're a feyther, mester, you'll find out, at a baby's cries music often enough. And you'll find too, if yo ever lose one, at yod give all yod gettin' just to hear even worst o cryin'. Rosanna she couldna find her heart to set little un out o her arms a minute. And she'd go about room her eyes all leaded up. and her face bloomin' like a slip o' a girl's. And if she laid him I th cradle her head ud be, turn o'er her shoulder a th time lookin' at him and singin' bits o' sweet soundin' foolish woman folks songs. I thought then, at them old nursery songs were happiest music I ever heard, and when Santa sung 'em they minded me o' him tunes. Well, Mester, before spring were out wee Wat was toddlin' round holdin' to his mother's gown, and by middle o next he was cooin' like a dove, and prattlin' words I a voice like hers. His eyes were big and brown and straight for'ard like hers, and his mouth was like hers, and his curls were the color o' a brown bee's back. Happen we set too much store by him, or happen it were Ani teacher again teachin' us his way, but howsever that were, I came home one sunny mornin' fro factory, and my dear lass met me at door, all white and cold, but tryin' hard to be brave and help me to bear what she had to tell. Tim, said she, Lord Ha sent us a trouble, but we can bear it together, canna we, dear lad? That were but I knew what it meant, though poor little lamb had been well enough when I kissed him last. I went in and saw him lyin' there on his pillows strugglin' and gaspin' in hard convulsions, and I seed all was over. And in half an hour, just as son crept across room and touched his curls pretty little chap opens his eyes all at once. Daddy, he crows out, Sithy dad, and he lift hissin' up, catches at floatin' sunshine, laughs at it and faws back dead mester. I've a loose thought at Lord Amoity knew what he were doin' when he gie, woman Adam I garden o' Eden. He knowed he were nowt but a poor chap as couldna do fur hissin', and I suppose that's reason he gie, woman strength to bear trouble when it come. I'd haud Gian clean in if it hadna been fur my lass when little chap deed. I never tacklet out I, all my days, at hurt me as heavy as Lawson him did. I couldna bear sight o' his cradle, and if ever I come across any o' his bits o' playthings, I'd fa to cryin' and shackin' like a babby. I kept out way neighbors' children even. I wasna like Rosanna. I couldna see quite clear what Lord meant, and I couldna help murmuring sad and heavy. That's just like us men, mester. Just as if dear wench as had give him her life for food day and neat, hadna fur best reet o too to be weak and heavy-hearted. But I gettin' welly over it at last, and we was beginnin' to come round a bit and look forward to toime we'd see him agin, stead o Lukin back to toime we shut round bit of a face under coffin lid. Day calm when we could bear to talk about him and moin things he'd said and tried to say I his broken babby way. And so we were creepin' back again to old happy quiet, and we had been for welly 6 month when some at fresh come. I'll never forget it, mester need it happened. I'd kissed Rosanna at door and left her standin' there when I went up to village to buy some at she wanted. It were a bright moonlight neat, just such a neat as this, and lass had followed me out to see moonshine. It were so bright and clear. And just before I starts she folds both her hands on my shoulder and says, soft and thoughtful, Tim, I wonder if little chap sees us. I'd like to know, dear lass, I answers back, and then she speaks again. Tim, I wonder if he'd know he was ours if he could see, or if he'd ha forgot. He were such a little fellow. Them were last peaceful words I ever heard her speak. I went up to village and gettin' what she sent me fur, and then I come back. Moon were shinin' as bright as ever, and flowers I her slip a garden were a sparklin' why do. I seed 'em as I went up walk, and I thought again of what she'd said 'bout little lad. She wasna outside, and I couldna see a lead about house, but I heard voices, so I walked straight into entry and into kitchen, and there she were, mester. My poor wench crouchin' down by table, hidden her face I her hands, and close beside her were a moan I read sojer clothes. My heart leaped into my throat, and fur a minute I hadna a word, fur I saw summat wee up, though I couldna tell what it were. But at last my voice come back. Good evenin', mester, I says to him. I hope yo ha not brought ill news. What ails thee, dear lass? She stirs a little, and gives a moan like a dyin' child, and then she lifts up her wan, broken-hearted face, and stretches out both her hands to me. Tim, she says, dunnot hate me, lad, dunnot. I thought he were dead long sin. I thought at Russians killed him and I were free, but I amna, I never were. He never deed, Tim, and there he is, the moan as I were wed to and left by. God forgie him, and oh, God forgie me. Theer, mester, there's a story fur thee. What does ta think o tea? my poor lass wasna my wife at all, little chap's mother wasna his father's wife, and never had been. That theer worthless fellow as beat and starved her and left her to fight world alone, had come back alive and well, ready to begin agin. He could tack her away fro me any hour day, and I couldna say a word to bar him. Law said my wife, little dead lad's mother, belonged to him, body and soul. There was no law to help us, it were on his side. There's no use goin' o'er all we said to each other that dark room theer. I raved and prayed and pled why last to let me carry her across seas, where I'd heerd tell Theer was help for such loik, but she pled back her broken, patient way that it wouldna be reet, and happen it were the Lord's will. She didna say much to Sojer. I scarce heerd her speak to him more than once, when she axed him to let her go away by hersen. "Tha canna want me now, Phil," she said. "Tha canna care fur me. Tha must know I'm more this moan's wife than thine. But I dunnot ax thee to gie me to him because I know that wouldna be reet. I on'y ax thee to let me alone. I'll go fur enough off and never see him more." But villain held to her. If she didn't come why him, he said, he'd haw her up before court for bigamy. I could ha' done murder then, mester, and I would ha' done if it hadna been for poor lass runnin' in betwixt us and pleadin' why a her might. If when been rich folk theer might ha' been some help for her at least. Law might ha' been brought to Mac, him leave her be, but bane poor workin' folk theer were ony one thing. Wife mun go why husband, and theer husband stood, a scoundrel cursin', why his black heart on his tongue. "Well," says lass at last, fair wearied out why grief, "I'll go why thee, Phil, and I'll do my best to please thee, but I wunnot promise to forget moan as has been true to me, and has stood betwixt me and world." Then she turned round to me. "Tim," she said to me as if she were half feart, "I feared o' him and me standin' by. 3 hours afore, law ud let me millany moan at feart her. Tim," she says, "surely he wunnot refuse to let us go together to little lad's grave, fur last time." She didna speak to him but me, and she spoke still and strained as if she wee too heartbroke to be wild. Her face was as white as dead, but she didna cry as ony other woman would ha' done. "Come, Tim," she said, "he canna say no to that." And so out we went, thout another word, and left black-hearted rascal behind, sittin' very room little undeed. His cradle stood theer corner. We went out into moonlight thout speakin', and we didna say a word until we come to this very place, mester. We stood here for a minute silent, and then I sees her begin to shake, and she throws hersen down on grass why her arms flung o'er grave, and she cries out as if her death wound had been give to her. "Little lad," she says, "little lad, dost ta see thy mother? Canst na tha hear her callin' thee? Little lad, get nigh to throne and plead." I fell down beside poor crushed wench and sobbed why her. I couldna comfort her, for where were there any comfort for us? There were none left, there were no hope. We was shamed and broke down, our lives was lost. Past were now, future were worse. Oh, my poor lass, how hard she tried to pray. "Fur me, mester. Yes, fur me," as she lay there why her arms round her dead babby's grave, and her cheek on grass as grew o'er his breast. "Lord God A'mighty," she says, "help us, dunnot gie us up, dunnot. We canna do thout thee now, if time ever were when we could. Little chap mun be why thee, I moin bit a comfort about Getherin, lamb's eye his bosom. And Lord, if tha could spare him a minute, send him down to us why a bit o' leet. Oh, feyther, help poor lad here, help him. Let wait fa on me, not on him. Just help poor lad to bear it. If ever I did o't as were worthy I thy sight, let that be my reward. Dear Lord A'mighty, I'd be willin' to gie up a bit o' my own heavenly glory fur dear lad's sake." Well, mester, she lay there on grass prayin' and crying wild but gentle, fur nigh half an hour, and then it seemed 'at she got quite loik, and she got up. Happen Lord had hearkened and sent child, happen he had, fur when she gettin' up her face looked to me all white and shinin', clear moonlight. "Sit down by me, dear lad," she said, "and hold my hand a minute." I sat down and took hold of her hand as she bid me. "Tim," she said, "this were why little chap deed. Dost na tha see now at Lord knew best?" "Yes, lass," I answers humble, and lays my face on her hand, breakin' down again. "Hush, dear lad," she whispers, "we hannot time for that, I want to talk to thee, wilt listen?" "Yes, wife," I says, and I heard her sob when I said it, but she catches hersen up again. "I want thee to mak me a promise," said she. "I want thee to promise never to forget what peace we ha had. I want thee to remember it a lose, and to moind him at's dead, and let his little hund houd thee back fro sin and hard thoughts. I'll pray fur thee neat and day, Tim, and tha shalt pray fur me, and happen theer'll come elite. But if theer dunnot, dear lad, and I dunnot see how theer could, if theer dunnot, and we never see each other agin, I want thee to mak me a promise that if tha sees th, little chap first thou'lt moint him o me, and watch out why him nigh th gate, and I'll promise thee that if I see him first, I'll moint him o thee and watch out true and constant. I promised her, Mester, as yo can guess, and we kneeled down and kissed th grass, and she took a bit o th sod to put I her bosom. And then we stood up and looked at each other, and at last she put her dear face on my breast and kissed me, as she had done every neat sin, we were moan and wife. Goodbye, dear lad, she whispers, her voice all broken. Don't come back to house till I'm gone. Goodbye, dear, dear lad, and God bless thee. And she slipped out o' my arms and were gone in a moment almost before I could cry out. There isna much more to tell, Mester, ean's common now, and happen it'll shorten off story, so, at it seems sudden to thee. But it were na sudden to me. I lived alone here, and worked, and moinded my own business, and answered no questions for nigh about a year, here and nout, and see and nout, and hop and nout, till one time when daisies were blowin' on little grave here. There come to me a letter fro Manchester fro 10th medical chaps hospital. It were a short letter why prent on it, and the moment I seed it I knowed summat were up, and I opened it tremblin'. Mester, there were a woman lyin', wards dyin' o' some long-named heart disease, and she'd prayed him to send fur me, and young soft-hearted ones had writ me a line to let me know. I started almost afore I'd finished readin' letter, and when I get to place I fun just what I knowed I should. I fun her, my wife blessed lass, and ef I'd been an hour later I would na ha seen her alive, fur she were nigh past knowin' me then. But I knelt down by bedside and I plead why her as she lay there, until I brought her back to world again for one moment. Her eyes flew wide open awe at onct, and she seed me and smiled, aw her dear face quiverin' I death. Dear lad, she whispered, path was na so long after all. Lord knew, he trod at hissin onct yo no, I knowed tha'd come I prayed so. I've reached very een now, Tim, and I shall see little lad first. But I will not forget my promise, no, I'll look out fur thee at gate. And her eyes shut slow and quiet, and I knowed she was dead. Theer, Mester Doncaster, theer it all is, fur theer she lies under Daisy's close by her child, fur I brought her here and buried her. Fellow as come betwixt us had tortured her for a while and then left her again, I fun out, and she were so afeard of doin' me some harm that she wouldna come nigh me. It were heart disease as killed her, medical chap said, but I knowed better, it were heartbreak. That's all. Sometimes I think o'er it till I canna stand it any longer, and I'm fain to come here and lay my hand on grass, and sometimes I ha queer dreams about her. I had one last neat. I thought it she come to me aw at onk just as she used to look Ani, why her white face shinin' look a star, and she says, Tim, path isna so long after aw thaws come nigh to eend, and me and little chap is waitin'. He knows thee, dear lad, for I've told him. That's why I come here to neat, Mester, and I believe that's why I've talked so free to thee. If I'm near eend I'd like someone to know, I ha meant no hurt when I seemed grum and surly, it werena ill will but a heavy heart. He stopped here, and his head drooped upon his hands again, and for a minute or so there was another dead silence. Such a story as this needed no comment. I could make none. It seemed to me that the poor fellow's sore heart could bear none. At length he rose from the turf and stood up, looking out over the graves into the soft light beyond with a strange, wistful sadness. Well, I mun go now, he said slowly. Good neat, Mester, good neat, and thank yo for listenin'. Good night, I returned, adding, in an impulse of pity that was almost a passion, and God help you. Thank yo again, Mester, he said, and then turned away, and as I sat pondering I watched his heavy drooping figure threading its way among the dark mounds and white marble, and under the shadowy trees and out into the path beyond. I did not sleep well that night. The strained, heavy tones of the man's voice were in my ears, and the homely yet tragic story seemed to weave itself into all my thoughts and keep me from rest. I could not get it out of my mind. In consequence of this sleeplessness, I was later than usual in going down to the factory, and when I arrived at the gates I found an unusual bustle there. Something out of the ordinary routine had plainly occurred, for the whole place was in confusion. There was a crowd of hands grouped about one corner of the yard, and as I came in a man ran against me and showed me a terribly pale face. I ax pardon, Mester Doncaster, he said in a wild hurry, but there's an accident happened. One o' Weavers is hurt bad, and I'm goin' fur doctor. Loom caught and crushed him afore we could stop it. For some reason or other, my heart misgave me that very moment. I pushed forward to the group in the yard corner and made my way through it. A man was lying on a pile of coats in the middle of the bystanders. A poor fellow, crushed and torn and bruised, but lying quite quiet now, only for an occasional little moan that was scarcely more than a quick gasp for breath. It was surly Tim. "He's nigh th, eend o it now," said one of the hands pityingly. "He's nigh th last now, poor chap. What's that he's savin', lads?" For all at once some flickering sense seemed to have caught at one of the speaker's words, and the wounded man stirred, murmuring faintly, but not to the watchers. Ah, no, to something far, far beyond their feeble human sight, to something in the broad without. "Th eend," he said. "I this is th eend, dear lass, and th paths aw shinin' or summatin. Why, lass, I can see thee plain, and th little chap too." Another flutter of the breath, one slight movement of the mangled hand, and I bent down closer to the poor fellow, closer, because my eyes were so dimmed that I could not see. "Lads," I said aloud a few seconds later, "you can do no more for him, his pain is over." For with a sudden glow of light which shone upon the shortened path, and the waiting figures of his child and its mother, surly Tim's earthly trouble had ended.